Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be all about sexy, seductive date night fragrances that leave the most intoxicating scent trail. If you are looking for that attention-grabbing sexy perfume, definitely keep on watching. First on my list today we have Lovers by Fragrance du Bois, and this one is a very sexy, luxurious, sophisticated rose fragrance with a lot of saffron. The fragrance opens up very bright, citrusy, fruity. We have a lot of passion fruit in here, which feels sweet, a little bit tart. We have bergamot, a little bit of ginger, and in the dry down, we have a lot of woodiness. There is a cashmere wood note in here as well, which makes the fragrance feel soft and musky. We have sandalwood and cedar. This is just a beautiful rose and saffron perfume with deep woodiness, a little bit of patchouli as well, and a beautiful fruity opening. I absolutely love the passion fruit in the opening. It's so addictive, vibrant. The rose in here feels sweet and the saffron is smooth and delicately spicy. This is a fragrance that will certainly capture everyone's attention when you wear it. It has a beautiful performance. It leaves the most intoxicating scent trail and it just smells divine, super sexy and seductive. Next up we have Annie Eggs, and this one is a fruitier, creamier, fresher take on the original Annie, but it still has a lot of spiciness. It just feels a little bit more smooth and creamy and fruity. We still have that beautiful vanilla with the sandalwood and the cardamom, but it opens up very juicy and citrusy and bright with a lot of lemon and melon, and it's just beautifully blended. It's sweet and creamy and fruity and fresh and juicy, but it's still super sexy in the dry down. That vanilla with the cardamom and the sandalwood with the ginger and the citruses, it's just to die for. This is super sexy to me. It's super long lasting, it projects, it has a beautiful sillage, and the scent trail on this one is just divine. Sexy, sweet, woody, vanillic perfume with a citrusy brightness. If you are looking for a fresh citrusy perfume that smells very sexy at the same time, I definitely recommend this one. Coming up, we have one of the sexiest spicy perfumes in my opinion, and this one is Starlight by Xerjoff. This is a cardamom bomb. If you love cardamom fragrances and you still haven't tried Starlight, you absolutely need to. It just has the most addictive, sexy spiciness in here. We have a lot of cardamom, we have a lot of cinnamon, there is a beautiful almond note in here as well. It's a little bit woody. We have a little bit of a citrusy, sparkling touch in the opening, but this smells very sweet, very spicy, very delicious. It's almost gourmand, but it's super seductive and addictive. We have just some beautiful, delicious notes in here that work together like magic, and they create the most gorgeous, spicy perfection. Cardamom, cinnamon and almond. It kind of smells to me like a creme brulee in a way, like a creme brulee croissant, if that makes any sense to you. But it's very sweet and kind of gourmand, but it remains very spicy and sexy at the same time. This is a fragrance that when you wear it, it literally fills up the whole room. It projects and it smells super sexy and seductive. This is a beautiful, spicy, sweet date night fragrance that I can't get enough of. This is a fragrance that is definitely for colder months. It feels very warm and cozy and delicious, but super irresistible and addictive. Next up, we have one of my most favorite rose fragrances, and of course this is Delina. She will forever be my favorite date night fragrance. To me, she's just perfection. Sweet, floral, pretty, feminine, elegant, sophisticated, super sexy and intoxicating. She opens up very bright and fruity with a lot of lychee and rhubarb, and we have a lot of rose and peony in here as well. She smells very fresh and clean and creamy and soft at the same time. She has a little bit of an incensey touch adding up to the sexiness in this perfume. We also have a beautiful soft muskiness with a touch of vanilla in here. This is just honestly a fragrance that you can't go wrong with if you love rose perfumes. Super sexy, elegant, and just an attention grabbing perfume that always gets me noticed. Anytime I wear this one, I always get a compliment. She's just that fragrance that when you wear it, people are instantly intrigued by it and they want to know what you're wearing, because she projects, she lasts, she's strong, she's powerful. When I wear her, I can smell her up until the next day. This is honestly the most perfect sexy date night rose fragrance. She's fresh and creamy and sweet and floral and fruity, just perfection. Next up we have Flamenco by Ramon Monegal, and this one is an intoxicating fruity floral perfume that feels very luxurious, very elegant, very addictive. And this is a super long lasting fragrance. It is a powerful beast mode fruity floral perfume that opens up with a juicy sweet raspberry and a crisp fresh apple note. We also have a sweet delicate rose in here, and in the dry down we have a lot of deep woodiness and a little bit of greenness. This is a fragrance that is very unique in my opinion because of those deep woody green notes in the dry down. It's very fresh and fruity and playful and girly and flirty, but at the same time super sexy, unique, luxurious, and sophisticated. If you are looking for a fruity floral perfume with a character to it, something that is going to make you stand out, something with a beast mode projection and lasting power, I highly recommend you to give Flamenco a try. It is a beautiful raspberry rose fragrance with some woodiness. Coming up, we have a beautiful rose fragrance that I am currently obsessed with, and this one is Frammenti by Bois 1920. This is so intoxicating, addictive, and sexy and feminine. It's sweet and creamy, a little bit powdery. The fragrance opens up with a juicy, sweet black currant note. It also feels a little bit green at first because we do have some green notes in the opening, so it kind of smells a little bit fresh. And we have a beautiful rose in here. The rose in here is very similar to the rose in Delina, very creamy and feminine and soft and sexy, modern. We have a lot of vanilla in here and a lot of caramel. This is what I really get from the fragrance. A gorgeous rose with a sweet vanilla and a delicious creamy sweet caramel. Very, very sexy. Another fragrance that is extremely potent. It really has a beautiful intoxicating scent trail. This is a fragrance that if I pass through someone and they smell like it, I would just turn my head around right away to see who they are and why they smell so beautiful and sexy. A head-turning, attention-grabbing, sexy, sweet, feminine rose fragrance with a delicious caramel and vanilla. This is honestly so beautiful. If you love Delina, I highly recommend you to give this one a chance. It's like the same type of rose but with a lot of caramel sweetness and vanilla. It's just stunning. Next up, we have one of the most intoxicating, potent, strong, powerful fragrances I have ever tried, and this one is Hibiscus Mahajád by Maison Crivelli. I have this little 5 ml spray, and I've had this one since last summer, and this will last me honestly probably until next year. I've used it on quite a few occasions, but all you really need from this one is like 2 sprays max, because this is honestly incredibly powerful. It's strong and just it projects like nothing else. This is a beast mode rose fragrance with a unique hibiscus note, a little bit of mintiness, adding a green undertone of freshness, plenty of vanilla, a cassis note which adds this addictive fruity green nuance to the composition. This is honestly an intoxicating, sexy, seductive, powerful rose fragrance that feels very unique, luxurious, and elegant at the same time. It does feel a little bit fresh as well, but it's very sweet and floral and very, very beautiful. And this is a fragrance that is not for everyone. Honestly, you absolutely need to sample this one because, as I said, it's unique, it's strong, it's a powerhouse of a fragrance. It's one that you need to sample first. I mean, you need to sample everything first, but this one specifically. Coming up, we have my favorite cherry fragrance, Wet Cherry Liquor by Bohoboco. This is a boozy, sweet cherry with a caramel note, with vanilla and sandalwood, a strawberry note as well. We have a lot of booziness in here, especially when you first spray the fragrance, because we have a liquor note at the top together with the cherry. We have this delicious creamy sweet caramel in here, making the fragrance irresistible and super sweet and sexy. We have the vanilla with the sandalwood in the dry down. In the very dry down, the fragrance feels very creamy and soft, but this is a beautiful cherry perfume, very addictive, intoxicating. It has a beautiful projection. It leaves a gorgeous, sweet, sexy cherry scent trail, a boozy, creamy, sweet, fruity, sexy cherry perfume. Next up, we have a fragrance that is on my wish list. I only have a sample of this one, but this is Gris Charnel by BDK, a fragrance that you are probably all familiar with. This one is one of the most popular fragrances by the brand, and for all the right reasons, because this one is one of the most beautiful cardamom fragrances with thick, it's spicy and sweet and creamy. This is honestly one of the most beautiful thick perfumes. We have a lot of cardamom in here, which adds this very addictive soft spiciness. We have plenty of sandalwood, which creates this very delicate creamy perfume. The cardamom, the sandalwood, the fig together with a little bit of tea create this incredibly sexy, spiced, delicate, soft, a little bit woody fragrance that smells just so incredible. A beautifully blended perfume. It's so addictive. It's also a little bit powdery because we have iris as well. It's very soft and comforting and cozy, a little bit sweet and woody and creamy, very sexy but so elegant at the same time. This is a beautiful woody aromatic perfume. And last but not least, we have Oud Satin Mood by MFK. This does not really need an introduction as well. This is a very beautiful rose and oud fragrance. It's strong, it's powerful, it's hypnotizing, it's potent, it's mysterious, it's intoxicating. This is a perfume with which you only need 2 sprays and you are good to go. This is very dark, rich, sexy, sweet, woody. The fragrance opens up very, very strong. The oud is very prominent at first, but then as it dries down, it definitely softens up. It becomes smoother, softer. We have a lot of vanilla in here as well. This is a gorgeous rose and oud fragrance, one that is going to capture everyone's attention. The scent trail on this one is to die for as well. A powerful, strong, intoxicating, sexy, seductive perfume. This is one that you can't go wrong with if you love rose fragrances. This was all for today, guys. Please let me know down in the comments what are your favorite sexy, intoxicating date night fragrances. And if you stayed up until the end of the video, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and I really hope to see you next time.